Hello gang, you alright? Well, I thought I'd give a video because I've been full-time in the van 6 months today. And look at the state of me. Look at this, look. Unshaven. I mean, this morning I haven't had a wash or a shave. Because this is real van life, right? I'm not going to like pretty myself up and all that and make it out it's something it's not. So, yeah, full-time van life, full-time for 6 months today. And I'll tell you what, honestly speaking, it feels like 6 weeks. It has flown past. So I thought I'd make a video and just tell you about sort of my experience of being full-time for the last 6 months. I'm just going to top my e-cigarette up. You know me, I love a vape. love a vape, and that's it. So yeah, 6 months today. So first of all, I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Let's put my other glasses here. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for supporting me over the last, well, longer than 6 months, because I've been full-time 6 months, but I was building a van for a year. I'd like to thank you all, and I'd like to thank all my new subscribers as well. I think I've had a few more as well this month. Now, I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't do, you know, lots of videos. I didn't really know where the channel was going to go, or, you know, mainly it was just a record of the van build and what I'm doing. And, you know, I mean, if I wasn't working full time, I'd probably be able to give a bit more time to the channel and that, which I'd like to do, but at the moment, work has to come first. But I thought I'd upload this video and give you a sort of idea of what my experience has been over the last 6 months with the van. Now, obviously, when you build the van, you don't really know what it's going to be like to live in. If you put two vans side by side, and one's to go on holiday in and one's to live in, they will be different. That's the one thing I'm absolutely certain, or they should be different. So I'll go through some of the sections, the main sections of the van, and tell you what I think has been good or maybe not so good about it. So the first thing to think about in the van has got to be the insulation. Now, the insulation in the van has really proved itself. It absolutely works. If you look back in some of my videos, you'll see the insulation I use, the Celotex and the loft insulation. Now, I've got 25mm Celotex insulation in the floor, 25mm in the ceiling, and I've got a mixture of 50mm, 25mm Celotex and loft insulation in the walls and the doors. And I'll tell you what, we've had 30 odd degree heat in the summer, and so far on the odd day it's gone down to -3 during the night where I am, and the insulation has worked, has really done its job like it should do. So, and I think other van lifers will tell you the same. It does work if you do it properly and you make sure it covers well and it seals everything up. It does work. And then of course I've got the wood panelling on top of that, which helps. I've also got a foil, it's just a simple foil insulation thing that I just put up at the window, and that keeps a lot of the cold out. I'd like to put another curtain across the door really, but it works. The insulation is really good. So as far as the insulation is concerned, I wouldn't change anything. It's been really good. So what else? If you go solar panels, now the solar panels, I've got two 160 watt solar panels, so I've got 320 watts. Summertime's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, I've had too much power. I've not been able to use it all. And I've got two 130 amp hour batteries, and that's been enough. Now, winter time, especially the last couple of weeks, it's been really overcast, been pouring rain, and so solar will struggle. I probably need, in the winter time, I need an extra panel, possibly, or I might get one of those ones that you could, at a pinch, you know, like the ones that you can open up, like suitcase type, just to boost it up a bit. So I've gone on electric hookup. Now that wouldn't be a concern. The solar that I've got and the battery setup I've got would be plenty good enough if I was constantly on the move, because I'd be charging the batteries up with the split charge relay as well. The problem is, because of my situation at the moment, because of having to go to work full time and I work locally, I don't do any sort of work I can do on the road. I have to be sort of fairly static, so I don't move the van very much, so I don't get the charge from the engine. Hopefully that's going to change next year when I might not have to work so much. That'd be nice. If I win the lottery, even better. But if I win the lottery, I'd still be living in the van, believe me. Oh, sorry, I just got to have a bit of vodka and orange. You like to suck on my teat. Anyway, so yeah, solar's good. Insulation's good. Condensation, I've had a bit of condensation in this winter time. So I've got I think it's called a Unibond 360 little dehumidifier thing. That's really awesome. I'll see if I can put a link in the description for that. The Max Air fan on the roof, unbelievable. It's been absolutely brilliant. Summertime, plenty of through air in and out. It's absolutely awesome. Winter time, you know, if you're doing a lot of cooking or anything like that, you could just crank it open, get some air going out, so it takes all the steam out. That's been absolutely awesome. Max Air fan, brilliant. Can't recommend it highly enough. What else? Heating, right? Diesel heater, Chinese diesel heater, absolutely brilliant. Again, I can't recommend them highly enough either. For what they cost, you know, 130, 40 quid, whatever it is now. You know, if it went wrong, you could buy another one, or you can buy an Eberspatcher, which is £800 or whatever. But yeah, they've been brilliant. I've got two pipes coming out of it, so one goes up under and up behind the bed, which warms that area up really nicely, and another pipe that comes out into this living area, and it warms it up. It just gives a nice even warmth all the way around the van. While I'm on hookup, I've got a oil-filled radiator, a small oil-filled radiator, which I leave on all the time, and it just takes the chill off that there might be in the van if it gets cold. So that's been awesome. I've had no issues with damp, so that's been a good thing, because that was a concern. It's always a concern, but I've had a good look round. I've got no issues with damp at the moment, and that's probably because of a combination of the ventilation, the dehumidifier, and the heating. It's probably a combination of everything, and I air the van out quite regularly as soon as there's a good bit of weather, like I did this morning, because the sun's come out. Yeah, sun's come out. Awesome. God, state of this. Look, this is real van life. So that's those things. The wiring, the electrics. I've had no issue with the electrics. I had I had a wiring panel with a it had a cigarette socket in it, a switch, and a 12 voltmeter in it. That stopped working. I think it's the wiring on the back of it. That's the only thing. Everything else has been working fine, and I put that down to the fact that 3 little words that I'm always telling people, and it don't matter what it is in your life, follow this principle. Keep it simple. If there's one piece of advice I would give to anybody building a van, living in a van, whatever, would be keep it simple. And that's the same with all your life, really. And I remember a few years ago, my vehicle, when it was new, I had to take it back under warranty because the lights stopped working. And when I took it in there, they said, "Oh yeah, we've got to reprogram the ECU." So I said, "What do you mean you've got to reprogram the ECU?" "Well, the lights run through the computer." I said, "What's the matter with these people?" I said, "You need a battery, a switch, and a bulb. That's a lighting circuit. Why are you running it through a computer? What on earth possesses you to do that?" So keep it simple. So you know, my circuits in here are fairly simple. You know, you got your battery, your fuse box, your switch, and your appliance, whatever it is, whether it's lights, water pump, ceiling fan, television, whatever it is, and that's it. That's that's as complicated as it gets. I've got a voltmeter, and I check the battery levels, and it's only approximate, isn't it? One of these plug-in voltmeters. Just plug it into my circuit, and it tells me. I mean, I'm 13.4 at the moment. That's just off the solar because the sun's been out. You know, and people have said to me, why don't you have, you know, this sort of thing, you can tell how much your lights are pulling and how much your telly's using, and I'm like, well, I don't need to know that. If I had a really complicated system, maybe I would need to know what things are doing, or if I wanted to add something like, you know, some people use electric toasters and all sorts of things. I don't have an inverter, so I've got a plug-in inverter which I use for my hair clippers, but everything is 12 volt. So I don't need to know what. It doesn't take a brain scientist to work out that a toaster is going to run my batteries down a lot quicker than an LED light. And not only that, but when you buy these things, whether it's a TV, whether it's a light, whatever, it will say on there what it draws. So you don't need a complex electrical system, really. You know, I understand people want these extra things and they want to keep control, and I can understand that, but it's not for me. Me personally, I like to keep things simple, a bit like my brain, keep it simple, right? So yeah, the electrics have been good, and I mean, I did promise someone a video months ago about my electric system. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. So yeah, electrics are good, solar's good. I've got a the fridge. I've got a compressor fridge. It's a chest type fridge, like a cool box type fridge. It's a compressor fridge. That's been absolutely awesome. Keeps really cold. Hardly takes any electric whatsoever. It's brilliant. So yeah, electrics are good. Solar's good. The wiring's simple. I've got 12 volt TV. Sometimes use a laptop, and that's about it, really. My diesel heater uses a bit of electric on start up and shut down. Other than that, there's no real big demands on the electric system. So what else? So gas. I use two, I think, 3.8 kilogram propane bottles, and I've literally, in 6 months, I've exchanged them twice. Might be 3 times, I'm not sure. 2 or 3 times in 6 months. So I have 2. So when one runs out, just swap it over to the other one, and I know I've got months before I need to exchange it. Although I do it straight away, just in case there's an issue with one bottle. But again, it's simple. If I had an LPG tank, you know, it's fine. If you're moving about a lot, they're perfect because you can find somewhere to top up and it's not an issue. But I just like to keep it simple. Just unbolt it, put the new one in, bolt it up, and away you go. So yeah, simple gas system, simple electric system. The whole build itself, keep it simple if you can. The cooking, I don't have an oven. I haven't missed it at all. In all that 6 months, I've not had an oven, and I haven't missed it. I just use a 3 burner hob, which has been absolutely awesome. Like all these things, I think I'll try and put some links in if I can. But yeah, that's been absolutely awesome. 3 burner hob. That's all I've needed, really. What else? I've got a mattress, which is a foam mattress with a small foam bit on the top. It's 8 inches deep. Doesn't need to be 8 inches. You know, you overthink these things when you haven't put in. Doesn't need to be an 8 inch. It's like, you know, like that. I don't, you know, I'm an heavy bloke, but I don't need an 8 inch mattress. Maybe 6 inches would have been all right. That's what she said, Darren. Yeah, so it's all good. Like I say, the last 6 months, everything's been good. I want to make some changes in the new year, in the spring. Well, like I said before about changing where my kitchen is here, putting it across the back, create a bigger living space. That I might be doing that, and that's quite a big change because there's quite a bit of moving and building work to do, but not too big, and that'd be awesome. I'm going to build some shelves. I don't want to get involved in complex cupboards, and you know, I don't want to get involved in that. I just want shelves where I can just put things in, take things out, without opening and shutting cupboards all the way along. Keep it simple. So yeah, that's been good. I've just got sort of baskets hanging up at the moment on the walls with stuff in. Got my Christmas lights. So yeah, that's where I am really at the moment. 6 months in, everything's good. I'm absolutely loving it. For me, it's about the community. It's about the people that I've met. Are absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I've been a few YouTube meetups, and I've met some really awesome people. The community's awesome. And also, I mean, just where I'm now, there's a few full-timers on here. You know, sometimes at night we all gather around a fire pit and get our gingangoolies out, and we just sit around a fire pit, have a chat, have a beer, and it's just lovely. And everyone's looking out for each other. And sometimes if I haven't seen someone for a few days, like happened yesterday, I hadn't seen one particular guy for a few days, and he knocked on, or he hadn't seen me, and he knocked on my door. He said, "You all right, Dave? Just checking you're all right." You know, I mean, it's brilliant. You know, if my neighbours in my old house hadn't seen me for a few days, they wouldn't give a toss. They wouldn't come knock on your door and say, "You all right, Dave?" You know what I mean? No, it's like a community should be, really, van life. You know, and we're all sharing similar experiences and similar challenges, and we want to share the good things. So yeah, van life is in that sense, the community has been awesome, and I love it, really love it, and I love you. You know, I haven't been able to do travelling like I wanted to because of having to be in one area for work, and you know, it's been a bit of a struggle, but hopefully that will change in the new year. Do a bit more travelling, a bit more sightseeing. When I first started in the van, I was boondocking, wild camping, whatever you call it, for some time, and I did it. You know, I live in Essex, and it's not motorhome friendly at all anywhere. So I was staying overnight on industrial estates because that seemed to be the safest place. I had a few issues, so I ended up getting some CCTV cameras because you know, you don't know what's going on outside the van. But the industrial areas were good because there was lorry drivers and other vans there staying overnight, so you sort of felt safer. You know, they're not great sort of landscapes to wake up to, but they're safe. So hopefully that'll change in the summer. I'll head out and see a few more places. But as far as living full time, it's been awesome. Like I say, I'm on electric hookup at the moment on the site, and using it to top my batteries up. Well, I do need to buy a battery charger for my leisure batteries. Struggling to find a suitable one. it's hard to know what to get, because they're two 130 amp hour batteries, and I think I'm going to need something like a 30 amp charger. Yeah, there's a few out there, but I don't really know what I'm looking at. I'll have to, a bit more research, I think. So the charging system I have got, the only charging system I've got, is obviously for the solar and a split charge. So all I've got, again keeping it simple, all I've got is a CTEK D250 SA. That is a combined battery to battery charger and a solar MPPT controller as well. So it's just again, to keep it simple, it's a plug and play system. It's a battery charger, so when I'm going along it charges the leisure batteries, and when I'm not, the solar runs through it and charges the leisure batteries. It's a plug and play system, it's very straightforward, and that's all I use at the moment. Although I would like to sort of upgrade maybe to a dedicated solar controller, perhaps, if I need to. I don't know. I mean, it's only a 20 amp, so if I went any hot, if I got more solar, I would need a bigger MPPT controller anyway. So that's the only charger I've got as such. So yeah, that's about it. Everything's good. 6 months full time, absolutely loving it. I'd recommend it to anyone. No other major issues. I've had a few little things along the way, you know, where my batteries failed in the front, the van battery, and I couldn't get the central locking undone, and got my wiring loom to do in the back door. But they're nothing to do with van life as such. The van life side of it has been fine. But everything I need. So on that note, I would like to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks again for following me, and to all my subscribers. I do really appreciate you following me and supporting me. I really do. It's nice. I didn't know what the channel was going to be doing at the start, but you know, it's just nice to put a few videos up of what I'm doing, really. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that tosh, and I'll see you on the other side of I'll see you in a year's time. 2020. Take care, guys. Have a great one. Don't get too pissed. Ta-da. Open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his